Right, so are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fine. So just from the previous class, it was about the blocks, the coding blocks and the related terms. Remember, this is a course that deals with just beginning, code with scratch for the beginners. So I remember Tim talked about the blocks, and so we need to understand what the blocks do and how we can navigate and move around. So if this is my Scratch editor, then we have the motion blocks here. Now, these blocks actually define the movement of your sprite. They actually give the movement, what you want, the steps or any kind of movement the sprites is designed to take, then you go to the motion. Of course, loops, these are the blocks that bring about the effects on the sprite. If maybe you want to uh, change the backdrop, or if you want to change costume, or if you want to, of course, uh, change some graphics, this is where you go. And then the sound, of course, there is a gallery of sound. You want to change, if you want sounds, of course, you can go to sounds, and then you can input your own sound. You can also pick the sound from the gallery of sounds provided. Then we also have the events, and now the events blocks, these are the blocks that usually begin the code. The several lines of codes of the script that you make will not have meaning unless you provide uh, the event block. That is the block that begins the code. Then we have control. Of course, these are blocks that give conditions. So like we have wait for a number of seconds. Of course, the white circular or the white section on the middle of the block is that you can edit the number. So you can talk of forever, you can talk if then, those are conditions. Then moving down, we have sensing operators, variables. Variables are like the basic term or the basic definition of variable in block or scratch coding is that they are like bags where you put information. In this case, variables contain data in form of text, in form of numbers, and so those are the blocks related to variable. Then moving to advanced level, you can also come and make your own blocks. That is where now you begin advancing with the line of coding. So today's activity was about project-based learning. And of course, whatever you do in Scratch, uh, the projects that you design should be a project that is geared to solve a certain problem. And so it's not just about the code, but as you do the coding, you have a problem in mind that you want to solve. So because we are just beginners for this case, we need to get the basics right. For this activity, or for this session, now because the others are not here, I just wanted us to try something here with you. And this is about creating an animation. And I want us to animate the name, your name that is So before even we go to that, you talked of costumes. So I brought a sprite here, and now this sprite is just the character that you can code to something. Is what we call a sprite. Now, if you go to the code section, you'll find the blocks, all of them here. But you go to costumes, you'll find now this sprite has one costume. Now the costume is the costume is the possible appearance of that character. How will that character appear? How many themes does the character have? And that's what we call the costume. So like this one here, the one we have chosen, has only one appearance. But if we choose another sprite, for example, I see if we can have a sprite, maybe, yes, let's take a B. And then we check Abby, how many costumes does Abby have? So you realize that Abby has this, the first costume, where she's standing almost like upright. Then we have that change of position, moving that, another position, moving that. So these are what we call the costume, the possible appearance of those sprite that you choose is what we call the costume. So having known that, of course, I believe you are taken through how to change the backdrop, and the backdrop is the background. So you need to create life of your project. If maybe you want to design a project that has a theme on the garden or the farming environment, then you have to get a right backdrop that brings that into reality. So you need to pick a garden environment backdrop. So you have a number of several backdrops that you can choose depending on the project that you want to make. So having done that, of course, you can also, if maybe you want to delete, this is where you do it. If you want to remove this, this is where you do it again. And then you can also change the position, I mean the size. In this case, the character or the sprites come at 100, the number 100, the size, but you can change this maybe to be 90 if you feel that is too large for you. Of course, we have now the position X and Y axis. That is how it goes. So we are not working with this. I just wanted us to try to animate our names. So for example, my name is Joel. Okay? So I need to choose a sprite, but because it is a name, I need the letters. I go to letters, we'll find a gallery of letters here. Now I can choose. Okay, we have letters in different styles. If you want this one, you can choose. And if you point at it, it's actually showing the costume in it. It has blue, it has red, and plus those other colors. So probably I take the first J. This is the first J. I bring it here as my character. Then I go to the sprite again. I pick the second letter, should be an O. Should be an O. Maybe I pick this, bring it here. Then I go to the sprite gallery once again. I pick the other letter. I pick the other letter, which is E, and I bring it here. I go to the gallery again and pick the last letter. Is L. Pick this one. No, we pick, okay, that's okay. So now I have I have 4 sprites. Now the task is animating the name, making it like move up and down, like the way we see it maybe in those letters on areas like M-Pesa food, or areas where letters are just moving up and down in a colorful way. That's what we want to do. So having done that, Sandra, what do you think should be the next the next activity?
So we want the name to start moving.
Yeah, the name, actually the letters, because you know they are independent sprites. Okay, it's a name, but now every letter is a sprite on its own. So how do we actually animate the first letter? Because we need to code for every letter now. What do you think we should do?
Okay, I think we can write a script for that.
We write the script
so maybe
for
like for maybe letter J, maybe you want it to maybe to turn or to increase, maybe like with 100 degrees. You can now use
sure.
you can use the codes, or the codes.
Sure, perfect. So what you are going to do for the letter J, we need to actually give the event. We need to pick the first block that begins the code. In this case, you can choose anyone. Is it when the green flag is clicked, spacebar, or the sprite, or anything that you feel is right in this category? So for me, if I pick when this sprite is clicked, okay, or if I pick when the spacebar is clicked or is pressed, then I want this one to maybe rotate. Okay, so if that J has to rotate, that means I have to go to looks. Okay, so that means I have to go to motion, that is movement. So I want it to move, maybe turn, not rotate, but turn 15 degrees. Okay, turn 15 degrees. I can even reduce the degrees to be 5. Okay, so if the spacebar is pressed, then J will turn 5 degrees. Okay, but then if I do that, if I hit the press, the space bar, that should happen. But I want it to repeat in a way that it is clearly seen. So I go to repeat and say that should repeat how many times? Maybe 10 times. Okay. So if I hit the space bar, what happens? You are seeing J doing the rotation or the turning. Are you seeing that? Okay, so we have coded for J. Remember, the assignment is animating the name, but then you can't animate the whole name at once. You need to do a script for each and every sprite. So that is for J. So now you need also to think, what do you want to do with letter O? Okay, probably if this O is it is 100 in size, I want it to maybe decrease and increase in size at the same time. So what I'm going to do here, again, I go to the event, and then I say when the space key is pressed, I want O to increase in size. Okay, I want O to increase in size, or the change the size. So that is in looks. I want this one to change into change the size by 10. Okay. Change the size by 10, but now this is positive 10, meaning that it is getting bigger. From the size it is increasing by 10. That is, it's getting bigger. So if I do this now, if I hit the space bar, you realize J is rotating and O is increasing its size, but I want O to increase and decrease. Okay, so I will go to Control and pick this one, repeat. Okay, that repetition, that increase by 10 should be repeated. And then I also now need it to get back. That is now getting back means that 10 should be in the negative. So I bring it here and now say that one should go on the negative, which is negative 10. But that again should be repeated. So I say repeat this. Okay. Simple code. This is a script which is just very simple. Let's see. Are you seeing now what is happening? If I reduce at the size here, let's bring this to 100. Okay, the way it was initially, and then and now hit the space bar. So J is rotating, O is increasing and decreasing in its size. So we are doing the animation sprite by sprite until the whole set of letters forming Joel at the end. Sandra, are we moving the same page?
Yes, we are. I have a question. If
Yes.
the first, when I was on the letter S and I started with when green flag is clicked, meaning
Yes.
I will continue even letter A when green flag is clicked, or like that until I finish.
Yes, very true. But then you can also play around. You just have the curiosity kind of attitude and see what happens if maybe I say instead of saying when the space key is pressed, you can also talk of the sprite itself. You can also talk of the green flag. Just explore and see what happens. So are you able to share your screen? Maybe I just see what you have done so far. Are you using a laptop or your phone?
Okay, just give me a moment.
Right, no problem.
I'm using both, so I just want to connect my laptop through WhatsApp.
All right, no problem. Just take the time. Fatima, Liz, Alfred, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, Fatima.
Yes.
Alfred.
Can you come up again?
Okay, who is talking? Fatima? So we were doing a small project. We are just connecting from what you did last week. And your trainer team is not available today. So I'm just standing in for him. And there's a very simple, if I may say, project that we are doing. So we started with Sandra, but when you joined, I believe you got something out of it. Then you can just raise a question or any concern concerning the demonstration we have just done. That goes to Fatima, Liz, and Alfred. Sandra, are you making any progress? Alfred, can you hear me? Sandra, we're waiting for you. And
Oh yes,
Fatima.
yes, I'm making progress. It's just loading. Just give
Oh,
me
no.
like 2 minutes.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, welcome. So the activity today is okay. Is it possible to create Scratch using a phone? Yes. With the phone, we have a special Scratch editor, which we call Scratch Junior, which is more compatible with the Android version of those devices. But for best experience, yeah, I suggest you use a laptop uh, so that you get to see all the functionalities of Scratch platform. Otherwise, if you're using a phone, it may really kind of limit you to access other features which are very crucial in the learning process. So, Liz, yes, you can, but there are limitations. So the best is you use probably the laptop or even a tablet is better. Catherine, welcome. So those who are joining,
Thank you.
Tobias, can you hear me? Mohammed, Adam,
Hello?
can you hear me? Yes, Tobias.
Hello, I'm able
We
to
can
hear
hear.
you.
Okay, fine. Are you using a laptop or a phone?
Using a phone.
Right. Adam, Mohammed. All right. So as Sandra is trying to find her way out to share screen, I'm going to do a demonstration of what we have just done, because I'm seeing some people have joined now. And so our project today is about animating your name. You know your name. If your name is Tobias, that is the name that you need to animate using the Scratch platform. So allow me again to share my screen. So this is what we have been doing when we started, for those who are just coming in. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. It's good to give feedback, to this virtual reality, virtual environment. We feel that we are on the same page, only to realize that we don't make any progress. So I just want to redo what I've done. And so if you are able to launch your Scratch editor, please do it. And so we were connecting on the previous lesson, and I said that the activity today is just animating your name, because our lesson was about project-based learning. And so the projects that we do should be meaningful, should be interactive, and also they are supposed to be geared towards solving a certain problem. But because we are just beginning, we need to get the basics right, because that's where our coding begins. So I said my name is Joel, and I'm going to pick the characters, the letters. In this case, they are known as sprites. So these are the. Sorry. Okay, please mute. Okay, so I'm going to pick the sprites from here, and because I need the letters, I just search from the gallery of letters. There are so many letters here from A to Z, different styles. So if I pick this first J, or this J in this design, I bring it here. That is my first sprite. Okay. Now I go again and pick the other letter, which is O. Okay. I pick the other letter, which is O. And this time I can pick a different style. I can pick this and bring it here. Then I move again and pick letter E as another sprite. Letter E as another sprite. Maybe for this one, I pick which one? Pick yes, another design. This one here. Design. Then now I go and pick another one, which is L. If you've launched your Scratch editor, just keep trying. Try and do, and just try what I'm doing and see if it works for you. So I have those sprites. These sprites are 4 because my name is Joel and it has 4 letters. So I want to have this name animating, as in moving up and down, or maybe changing colors, the letters. something like that. That's what we call animation. Now, what you need to understand that these are independent sprites. There's no way you can give a code for all the letters at once. So you need to provide a script for every letter. So you start with J. Now, what do you want to do with J, for example? Okay, so if you think of what you want to do, let's say I want J to rotate. Okay, I want J to rotate. And that rotation is under motion. So I want J to rotate maybe 15 degrees. But then that block cannot work without the event block on top of it. And we said event block, those are the blocks that begin the script or begin the code. So I should say something here. When the green flag is clicked, or when the space key is clicked, or when the sprite is clicked, then that should happen. The turning of 15 degrees should happen. So let's say I bring this block here. When space key is pressed, then that J should rotate 15 degrees. Okay, that rotation. Now, if this has to be done in a way that is to be seen in a repetition style, then I have to go to control and say that action, that code should repeat a number of times. For this case, it's just 10, but you can also change this number here if you so wish. So if I hit the space bar, see now, J is rotating. J is rotating. Okay. So I've coded for the first letter. I've given this the script for the first letter. Then I go to O. Now, what do I want to do with O? For example, I want to make it change the size. It is at 100, but in this animation, I want it to move a change, maybe by 10, positive 10, and also change by negative 10. So what I have to do here again, that change of the change of the size is under looks. Okay, so I have to bring the change size by 10 block. But remember again, this block cannot work in isolation. You also have to get the event block on it. So I can bring the same block on top. That is when the space key is pressed, then letter O changes size by positive 10. Okay. Now you realize that if I hit the space bar, J and O have some actions, okay, because we have given them codes. But then O is increasing only, and we want it to increase and decrease. So if we take O again to 100, and then we say now, this change by size 10 should be repeated. So this should be repeated by 10, by repeat this 10 times. And then I also now say that same letter should change by negative 10, so that we see it zooming in and out. So we put negative 10 there, but now that one again should repeat 10 times for uniformity. So let's see what will happen. You see now, if I hit the space bar, J and O are doing what? They are animating. They are not static like E and L. Okay, so that's just my thinking. You can think of how maybe J should behave when something is done to it. You can think of something different. What should it do when you give the code to it? And so when you finish, then we'll have the whole name being animated. So that's where we were. I just want to get somebody who can give it a try. You share the screen and see what you're able to do up to that. Just play around with the blocks and see if you're able to animate. If it's not the whole name, maybe some letters.
I think I can share now.
You can share? Okay, let me drop my screen.
Okay, so this is what I've tried.
Are you sharing, Sandra?
Yes, I am. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Not yet. Anybody who can share as Sandra is trying her way out, just share your screen and the others can help how to get those letters coded. You are not working in convention. In computer programming, we have something that we call pair programming, where you can pair someone, you can work with another one, and the one person can be the driver. Driver meaning you're the one on the screen, or you are the one on the keyboard, and the co-pilot is the one giving some directions. So you work together. So anybody can share. Sandra, your screen is not yet visible.
Anyone who can see my screen, because from my phone I can see it.
I can also
Uh,
see.
Oh, you can see it? All right, all right. Maybe it is my network.
Your screen.
I can also see very well. There is an A, there is what RA, something like that.
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. Could be it's an error from my end.
I can see.
Just proceed
Okay,
then.
so for okay, I have all the letters from S now. I have S where I had the code turn to 15 degrees and then turn back again. So it's a rotation, but it's repeating 10 times. And then for letter A, I had it change size by -10, then again back to +10. For letter N, I had again it change size by -10 and then back to +10. And then for D, I set size to 100 and then I turned 15 degrees. So that was not repeating. So I think that went once. For letter R, it was initially blue like what we have on S and N. And then I changed the color effect by 25 and then it changed the color to what it is now. and then it turned 15 degrees. And then for letter A, we also changed the color. It was like the other A, orange, and then I changed the color and then I changed the size by 10. Yeah. Hello, back to you, Joel. I've stopped sharing.
I think Joy has left. Sandra, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm trying to look for those letters. Where did you get the letters?
Okay, let me just share my screen again. Let me show you.
Okay.
Is it visible from your end?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
just
it's
go
visible.
to this where we are adding the sprite. So you click on that and choose a sprite. And then you go down to where we have the letters. We have different fonts. So we have the orange ones. We have the blue or the green ones. I don't know which color. I think that's blue, and then we have the green one. So it's where we choose a sprite. They are on the last, like the end of the page where we choose a sprite. Have you seen that?
Yes, is it clear?
Okay. Okay, so Liz, have you been able to see that?
Yeah, thanks. I've
Okay,
seen it.
thank you.
Okay, Sandra, that is awesome. Congratulations for the effort put. And even the ones who are trying, that is very good. You can drop your screen now. It is always good to keep trying. You know, with code or programming, you need to learn by doing. So every little step, every little concept should be put in practice, because it is out of the basic that concepts are come and build on. So Sandra, you could drop your screen. Anyone else would wish to share? You're ready to share your screen for 2 minutes. See what you're able to do. Even the navigation, moving to the sprite gallery, picking the codes, the right code blocks, even picking the backdrop or background is a skill to be learned. Sandra, could you drop your screen? Or okay, Abdul Mohammed, everything is okay from your end?
I hope nobody is hearing.
Okay, you want to share? You want to share your screen?
No. I just want to wanted to go through and rather, I'm somehow not yet, but I want to learn from you guys. So I'm just asking whether somebody is sharing because I can't see anything on my side.
Okay, so we want you to share and tell us what you have able to to get from Sandra's presentation. And of course, you'll be guided. And Sandra, Liz, Catherine, those people are here. They will tell you where to go to have at least that one letter of your name get animated. For the remaining 2 minutes, Heather. Okay, Catherine, are you ready?
Mine is a question.
Okay, yes.
I'm trying to maneuver through and I'm not getting which part you are getting the letters. When I'm selecting, I'm seeing different things.
Okay. So
The alphabetical letters.
okay, who can get a response to the question asked? Are you using a phone or a tablet or a laptop?
I'm using my phone, but I have
Okay.
a laptop on the side.
So I would suggest you use a laptop because a laptop gives you a better user experience as opposed to using a phone. But a very quick one, if you want to go to the letters, the letters are part of the sprites. Okay.
Mhm.
So you just search. You just search. You can search. Let me try to share my screen. So when you go to your Scratch editor, then go to the library of sprites, the sprite library. When you click on
Yes,
that,
and then
now you just click on it. So you realize that you have so many sprites here. And out
yes,
of those
and
many sprites, there are letters. But you can search here. There's a search bar. So you can search letter. Just write letter or alphabets.
okay.
And so you get the letters here, all of them in different styles. Then from there now you can choose the one you want, or you want to animate your name or the name of your son, your daughter. This is where you pick the letters. But remember, you can also even come up with your own sprite, your own letters. If these designs are not the best for you, you can come up with your own letters. You can draw and shape your letters, then pick them from the gallery of wherever you have saved it. So you are not limited to that. So does that answer your question?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I've moved together with you. I've got the letters. I've been able to pick them.
Okay, you keep trying and see if you're able to have those letters play as some kind of movements. You can even change the costumes. Just play around with the blocks and see what you're able to do with your name. Every letter should be coded. That is what you should understand. You can't just animate the whole name at once. You need to give script, so you need to code every letter for you to have the ultimate animation for the name later on. Okay. So any other
I have
concern?
another question.
Yes, yes.
Excuse me. I
Yes,
have a
Catherine.
question.
Mm,
Now, what do you do in case you picked a letter that
mm.
you realize you don't need it anymore? Do you delete it just the way you delete the other letters, or what do you do?
Okay, what do you think? What do the others think? You realize you picked N and you don't need it. You need an M. What do you do? Sandra, what do you do with that?
I think you can just delete it and then you add the letter you want.
You remove it and pick the letter you want. And just the way you delete sprites, the other sprites, you do the same to the letter and then you proceed. Catherine,
Kindly demonstrate.
okay. All right, so allow me share my screen once more. This is my Scratch editor here, and I was trying to animate my name. So if I needed, okay, if I have JOEL, and so probably I don't want this L. You see here, there's this icon of delete. So you can remove this L, remove it like that. Then pick the
Okay.
letter you want. Yeah, pick the letter. If it is L, go back to the gallery and pick the letter. So now, instead of L, I want M, and that M will come. So now you continue with the and remember, maybe if you remove J, because J has already been coded, it has a script. Then if you remove J and probably bring M here, then it means you have to begin the code because M has no,
Good.
yeah, M has no code. The code is at O. The script is at O. So you need to code M so that now you have more being animated. That makes. Is that okay?
Well, are you sharing
Yes. Thank
screen?
you.
Yes, yes. I was sharing, Adam.
I'm asking whether you are sharing your screen as you are
Yes,
explaining.
yes, I was sharing. Were you able to were you able to see the screen from your end?
From my end, I can see. I don't know. It is because of my network or what.
What about the others? Catherine, you were able to see my screen, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay,
I
so
was able to see it.
all right. So Adam could be an issue of your network, but we have the recording, so you can always follow it up and see where you can connect during your free time. Any question, concern? We want to wind up?
Excuse me, the last question, please.
Yes, yes, yes.
When you are picking the sprites, now the letters, do you pick the letter and code immediately, or you pick all the letters then you code?
All right. So either way, if you pick one letter and give this the code, that's okay. If you pick all the letters and code, that is okay. But the best practice, you pick all the sprites at once and then now give the code for each letter as you proceed to the last letter for your name. That will work best for you.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So if there's no any other question, Sandra, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Liz. Alfred, we have not heard you today.
I'm okay. I'm going to try with my laptop later because I've
Yes,
seen it has been a challenge.
okay, you try, then if you still need some support, just raise it up and I'll help you. All right, so let's stop it at that. I'll give an assignment, and if you get it, please keep trying. Of course, we are building on. Remember, we start small, but we grow. So keep trying, and then you are not limited. In Scratch, your limitation is your creativity. So just think world and come up with even a more better project for yourself. Otherwise, just want to appreciate your coming and your time. Good night. Bye for now. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.